Like most farmers everywhere is after huge produce and prosperity in agribusiness. Today I'm in the outskirts of Ngong town to take you through the ups and downs, struggles, but Winfred Wanjiku has gone through to be on top notch on rabbit farming. Rabbit meat is one of the best source of protein and healthier than other meats. As a result, commercial rabbit farming in Kenya is becoming popular day by day. Rabbit meat contains more protein and less in fat than beef, turkey, pork, and even chicken's meat. For a long time, commercial rabbit farming in Kenya for meat production has not been taken seriously, but now rabbit farmers in Kenya are now raising highly meat-producing rabbits for commercial production of meat, and they are earning good money by doing these businesses. Rabbits are very fast-growing animals like broiler chicken. They gain maturity fast and become suitable for slaughtering purpose within 4 to 5 months.
My name is Winnie Wanjiku, and this is a farm. We call it Rabbit Crew Kenya. We located in Ngong and we do rabbit rearing. Officially we started this work in 2017, that is around 3 years ago, and we're still growing, though we have not yet reached to our target.
Choosing suitable breeds for commercial rabbit farming in Kenya is most important. The common rabbit breeds used for commercial production in Kenya are California White, Flemish Giant, New Zealand White, and some other local cross breeds. All those breeds are suitable for commercial production according to the environment and climate of Kenya.
We have different species of rabbits. We have California White, New Zealand White, Flemish, Checker Giant, Angora, and many others. We usually feed them in the evening. Rabbits are so active at night. For a rabbit who is around 1.5 months and below, we give them 50 grams. 1.5 to 3 months, we give them around 75 grams. And a rabbit who is more than 3 months, we give them 100 grams. For a lactating doe who has 1 to 8 kids, we give 200 grams. More than 8 kids, we give to around 300 to 400 grams. We give them a lot of hay and water. So their main meal is hay and a lot of water. Clean water, for us, we pump water from the tank, and we don't put water in the dishes, no. We have nipples, that is usually a piped nipple that they drink from this point here. So I think rabbits love fresh water. They don't drink any kind of water. If you give them water that is stale, the water that is stored for long, they usually bloat. About the feeds, we usually give weeds, but we don't give them fresh weeds. We give them wilted weeds. Because when you give them fresh weeds, mostly for the babies, they usually bloat.
Feeding cost for commercial rabbit farming in Kenya is also very less. You can easily feed your rabbit kitchen waste materials, grasses, and plant leaves.
The gestation period is usually 28 to 32 days.
Rabbit gestation period is less, generally between 28 to 31 days. And a doe gives birth of kids after every 2 months. Each time, one doe can give birth of 2 to 8 kids.
The houses should be self-cleaning. By self-cleaning, we mean, like you see this wire, the poop should pass. They should not stay around with it, because rabbits are 100 times sensitive than humans. So that ammonia, the smell of the poop, it usually affects them. So what we do is that we clean regularly, but we put this wire so that the poop can pass to the place you shall clean.
Making suitable rabbit housing is the most important part of rabbit farming in Kenya. Rabbits are very clean animals. They love to stay in neat and clean house with good ventilation system. You can raise rabbits in both deep lighter and cage methods. Choose the method according to your production type and investment capability.
Okay, what we do about treatment is when you buy new rabbits, you come put them in a separate cage for around 2 weeks. Then, in case you see a rabbit is sick, you isolate it. Then about the treatment, we have different medications for different treatments. The diseases that we usually have a lot is that coccidiosis. That's when they start having diarrhea with mucus, so loose stool, and they usually bloat. When you give them a lot of protein and forget to give them a lot of hay. There are rabbits who don't eat a lot of hay, they like pellets, so that one will bloat. You should store them in a dry place. They should not be in contact with water, and their hay should also not be in contact with water. So what we do is, we don't usually buy a lot of food. We usually buy the one that will last around 1-2 weeks. Then, about the hay, we usually buy the one that is not too dry, and we buy that one, the one that will last for around 1 to 2 weeks, because when you come and store it here, it will dry up, and they don't like the dry one so much. We give them pellets. Pellets for a big mother like this one, we give her around 100 grams. For a lactating mother, we give her around 100 to 200. For the one with more than 8 kids, we give 300 to 400 grams. Then hay, you should not measure the size of hay you give. Give it a lot and a lot of water. Pellets should be very little, but the hay and the water should be always available. We have a page in Facebook called Rabbit Crew Kenya. We sell as breeders, we also sell as meat. So we do online marketing. For a grown-up rabbit, we sell at 3,000 to 3,500. For our baby, the one that is not breastfeeding, the one that has stopped breastfeeding, we start from 750. For meat, we sell at 600 per kg.
Depending on the breeds, various breeds vary in their weight. Generally, an adult rabbit weighs between 2 to 7 kilograms. And for commercial production, 1,200 up to 1,500 square centimeter. Clean space is required for 1 kg weight.
People come for rabbits as pets. They're fun to stay with. Their behaviors, they have different behaviors that make them more of a pets. Cleaning like daily, we usually clean daily. And this wire, it also helps in keeping the hygiene. So, and cleaning their feeding dishes. Before you feed, when you come in the evening and you find like it has not finished the food, you come, remove the leftovers, give new and clean the dishes too. Okay, it depends. You can also find those people who usually put their rabbits on the floor and stuff. You can also find dirty rabbits. It's very possible. But it depends on the condition that you've put your rabbits on. Ours, we put them on a place that they don't come into contact with that. Yeah? And rabbits are also so very clean animals. So you just find them here cleaning themselves always.
Clean the feeding and watering equipment inside the house on a regular basis. Sufficient amount of nutritious and balanced diet food kept the rabbit healthy and productive. For commercial production, you can feed your rabbits commercially prepared supplementary feed. This type of food are available in the market. Along with this, you can add kitchen garbage, grasses, and leaves of various trees. This will help you reducing feeding cost. Sufficient amount of clean and fresh water is also required with proper nutritious rabbit feed.
3 days before they give birth, we put a nesting box to them. So they usually collect all the grass and remove some of the fur and put it in the box. I think it's a sense of motherhood that they're almost giving birth, so they should prepare a place for their babies.
The gestation period of rabbit is less compared to other livestock animal. Generally, a dog gives birth of kids after every 2 months. Each time a dog can give birth of 2 to 8 kids. Gestation period stays for 28 to 31 days.
So what happens is, you can never know when a rabbit is on heat. So what happens is, when you take it to the male, it ovulates immediately. You can't sense, but it ovulates immediately. It goes to the male. So no specific time. We put them in different cages because of diseases. You get like when one gets sick, like that disease of coccidiosis, it will infect all the others. For managing treatments and managing the diseases, we prefer putting one at a time, except for the growing ones. The growing ones you can put 2 or 3, but you have to keep males aside and females aside. You can put them all together because of also crossbreeding. We have different groups of rabbit keeping, so we usually go like find out if this is the disease that you had in your farm, which type of treatment did you use to come and treat your rabbits. We have found out that you can organize as farmers, like come up with some specific treatments. This is what I use in my farm. You can also go and try in your farm and see whether it will work. We have groups, we have specific groups that they usually meet and discuss the way forward. They usually hold meetings once in a while and discuss their ways and stuff. So we usually engage in them. No, we don't crossbreed them. We want pure breeds because we also sell to other farmers as breeders, so we don't crossbreed. But in case you want rabbits for meat, you can crossbreed. We sell breeding stock. That starts from the range of 750 from the youngest that we sell after vaccinating. Then we sell meats, that is 600 per kg. And we also sell urine, which is used as pesticide. We usually have people who usually come and buy the urine. Most of them are farmers around here or even from far. They usually come and buy, maybe the ones who have greenhouses or the people who are doing the natural way, going the natural way. So like you get, okay, we don't measure mostly on the urine, we measure mostly on production of the rabbits. We also build cages for people. So apart from selling rabbits and the urine, we also build cages. Okay, we want to reach to a point that we'll have 200 breeding mothers. We are not yet there, we are around at 50 to 100, but we want to reach to 200 as the stock so that we can manage to, we can have the production, because right now we have even a shortage. People can come here and tell us we want like a 500 rabbits, but we can't be able to produce that right now. So our vision is that by maybe 1-2 years from now, we shall have reached to around 200 breeding stock. Rabbit meat is considered to be the best white meat. It has less fats and it has proteins. So it's a white meat that has a very high level of protein and very less fats. That's why we always encourage people to eat it. For us, we have specific, okay, as we don't sell to hotels, because we have also we have people who usually come to buy from us directly, and we're not even able to meet their needs. We can't have enough of the meat they want. So we have a hotel in Carnival that usually buy rabbit meat for other farmers. But for us, we usually deal with specific people. Rabbit is so good for even for a person who is living in town, because you can see the size of the house. The labor, it's not so labor intensive, because these rabbits, you see with the mini cages we have, we feed them within 1 hour in the evening. You only feed them once. You just give them a lot of hay and water, and also give them the pellets once in the day. So you can be going to your place of work, come feed them. You can also put them in your balcony. They don't need a lot of space. The challenges that we encounter here in farm is about the treatment, some of the conditions that you don't have the vaccines. You can find like a rabbit is sick, but because you don't have the specific treatment for the rabbit, some will end up dying, or the disease will keep on recurring. What we always want to have is like whether we can find the vaccines and come and treat our rabbits. You get the diseases, some like the bloating, they don't usually have the treatment. So what we do is, you can get like treating a rabbit who have bloated, it is 95% it will die. What I can tell a person who wants to start rabbit farming. rabbit farming is scale insensitive. So what I mean by scale insensitive is you can take one rabbit and slaughter for your family. Not like when someone is rearing a cow, you can slaughter a quarter a cow and give it to your family. You can take one rabbit and slaughter for your family. Rabbit farming, they give birth to very many kids, and they can give birth to even to 40 kids a year, because they give birth to 4 times a year, and they can give birth to around 10 to 15 kids. So, and they also don't need a lot of infrastructure. You realize most of Kenyans, they want to do what other people have done and succeeded. As we're trying to be unique and do something that has not been done by other people. And we're trying to also say, trying something new doesn't mean you're in the wrong way. You can also try something good and grow to encourage other farmers to do it. And that's what we're trying.
Commercial rabbit farming in Kenya can be a great source of income and employment. You can successfully use your family labor for rabbit farming businesses. Rabbit farming is also very pleasuring and entertaining. And starting a rabbit farming businesses in Kenya, it requires a very low investment. It's very easy to set up and raising rabbit commercially. Feeding cost for commercial rabbit farming in Kenya is also very less. You can easily feed your rabbit kitchen waste materials, grasses, and plant leaves with their regular commercial feeds. This will help you for reducing feeding cost. Most of the youth in Kenya always think of starting big and maybe having a white-collar job. But Winfred Wanjiku, a nurse by profession, has challenged most of the youth by working in a rabbit farm that has grown tremendously since 2017. Warda, Rashid, Mati TV.